Good evening, Zimbabwe. You are listening to Studio 7 from the Voice of America on Wednesday, April 15th, 2015. And this is Live Talk. I'm Blessing Zulu.
And I'm Kip Stube.
And tonight on Studio 7 Live Talk, we are going to talk about xenophobic violence in South Africa.
To join the discussion, phone us directly at this number 001-202-619-2077 and we'll call you back.
And as usual, Live Talk goes out to Zimbabwe on our 909 medium wave frequency and on the 4930-5940 and 15455 kilohertz shortwave, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m.
On the internet, you can find us at www.voazimbabwe.com, www.voashona.com, and www.voadevele.com.
Once again, thanks for joining us, and you are listening to Studio 7 Live Talk. And tonight on Live Talk, we are going to talk about xenophobic violence that has rocked South Africa.
Foreign nationals in Pretoria and Johannesburg are keeping a nervous watch amid fears that the xenophobic unrest that fled in KwaZulu-Natal might spread to some parts of that area. The African National Congress, or ANC, has now admitted that the acts of violence in KwaZulu-Natal are xenophobic and has labeled them a shameful assault to Africa's humanity.
South Africa, with a population of about 50 million, is home to an estimated 5 million immigrants. Unemployment is around 25% and youth joblessness is nearer to 40%. Some politicians and residents say some of the immigrants are in the country illegally and accuse them of committing crimes and taking over local shops and jobs.
If you wish to join the show right now, phone us directly at this number 001-202-619-2077 and we'll call you back. That number again, 001-202-619-2077. If you have some WhatsApp kind of platform, you can send us a message on this number 1-202-465-0318. Ye kunjalo ke mfowethu.
Honguka hamadzadiwa nasi tira kuti tinge tichitaura nezvenyaya yemhirizhonga iri kuitika muSouth Africa kunova kwaurayiwa zvimwe zvizvarwa kune dzimwe nyika vari kurwiswa nezvizvarwa zvemuSouth Africa, vana veZimbabwe, vekuMalawi, kuMozambique, kuNigeria, kuEthiopia nedzimwe nyika dzemuAfrica. Hapana kuwirirana pazvizvarwa izvozvi. Vamwe vemuSouth Africa vachiti aiwa zvizvarwa izvi zviri kuuya kuzotora mabasa azvo muSouth Africa, uye vamwe vari muSouth Africa imomo varimo vasina mapepa, nekudaro ndo vamwe vari kunzi vari kukonzera nyaya dzehumbavha. Asi zvizvarwa zvedzimwe nyika dziri kuti aiwa hapana chatatadza, chatawira kuno inyaya yekuti tingotsvagawo mabasa tiwane chouviri. Asi chero paine zvikonzero zvakasiyana-siyana, handizvo zvinofanira kunge zvichiitwa kuti vanhu vabatirane tsvimbo nematemo nemakano vaurayani. Gibbs.
Yebo kambe Zulu kandaba lingatshola njani khona ngapha lapha likhona thina ngapha ayisiyaphila simile kwamagama. Sizwile ke khona ngale eGoli kumbe sithi ke eSouth Africa lapho ngani kulohlupho sibilo olukhulu kulalokho kuthiwa xenophobia. Abantu bayatshaywa, abanye bayabulawa khona ngale ke ngenxa yokuthi abantu abangazalwa kule South Africa bacatshangela ukuthi ke ngabantu abathatha imisebenzi, njalo kulabanye abavula ke amavinkili endaweni eziningi. So abanye vele bakhona bathi lokho akulunganga. So sizwile ke ukuthi eDurban khona ngale sibili kukwabela lokugijimisana okuningi. Blessing kugijimisana njalo ke sike saxoxa lenye indoda lapha, umnumzana uKeith Khoza we-ANC okhulume wathi khonokho kwenzakala eSouth Africa akulunganga, njalo abantu kumele bakuyekele, ngoba uyakwazi ukuthi kulabantu beZimbabwe abanceda ele-South Africa kakhulu ngesikhathi sempi, kulabantu njalo beMalawi, abeZambia, lendaweni ezitshiyeneyo abenza njalo. So sifuna ukuzwa ngani ukuthi kambe lithini ngodaba lolu hlupha kangaka. sifisa ukuthi lingene kuhlelo khona manje siqoqeni Zulu kaNdaba. Nasi inombolo lifone kanye siyalifonela khona ngapho lapha elikhona. Inombolo ke ithi 1202 619 2077. Lifone kanye siyalithinta khona ngapho. Kunjalo mfowethu.
onguka Gibbs tikuda kuti tinge tichitarisa nezvenyaya iyoyi yemhirizhonga iri kuitika muSouth Africa. Vateereri makasununguka kuti munge muchitaura nesu, munokwanisa kufona imi panhamba dzinoti idzo 001 202 619 2077. munongofona kamwe chete tobva takufonirai. PaWhatsApp pane nhamba iripo zvakare yamunokwanisa kutumira mameseji 202 465 0318. Tumirai maWhatsApp messages enyu kuti tinge tichitaura nezvenyaya iyoyi yemhirizhonga. Gibbs.
We've got a statement from the ANC here, which was signed by Zizi Wotwa, who is the spokesperson of the party. So Wotwa says, in this statement, attacking our African compatriots will not solve the problem of many issues challenging South Africans. And Zizi further says immigrants are not the enemy. Their suffering too is as a result of our continent's shared legacy of a colonial and apartheid past. And the statement goes further to say, these attacks are barbaric deeds, on Africans that are actually defenseless. So that's the statement there.
I think we have our first guest, that is Ms. Diana Zimbudzana from the Zimbabwe Exiles Forum, where she coordinates the activities of the group. Ms. Zimbudzana, good evening.
Good evening, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thanks for joining us this evening. Gibbs, you can start the ball rolling.
Now, can you give us an update, Ms. Zimbudzana? What is going on right now where you are? Are you in Johannesburg?
No, I'm in Pretoria. Pretoria is relatively quiet. But in Joburg this morning, there was some sporadic xenophobic attacks on foreign-owned shops and pedestrians.
And we're told that some Zimbabweans are actually trying to defend themselves. What are you seeing on the ground?
Yes, that is the situation because of the various numerous WhatsApp groups that we are on. We are getting messages from fellow Zimbabweans who are saying we have to defend ourselves, otherwise we can't just fly like cockroaches. So yes, there's an instance where Zimbabweans went out and defended themselves.
But is that not likely to even further escalate the tensions? Is it that the South African police service is not doing enough? Why is it that people are looking at a plan B?
The funding itself was not really to go out and retaliate, but it was just to group in large numbers so that the numbers that were coming in to do the meeting and they beat up the foreigners would then feel intimidated and stopped. And that has worked in some parts of Johannesburg as of now.
We have seen the government of Malawi saying that it is going to repatriate its nationals who want to go back voluntarily. Is this something that the Zimbabwean government should be considering at the moment in time, or the situation has not deteriorated to that level?
It should be something that the Zimbabwean government should consider. But it's actually quite, we don't know how to put it really, because our President Robert Mugabe was here when the xenophobic attacks were going on, and nothing was discussed between him and President Jacob Zuma. So we are not sure whether the Zimbabwean government will, at this later date, think of repatriating this subject to Zimbabwe.
And ironically, President Mugabe is the SADC chairperson and also the AU chairperson.
Yes, which is actually makes this whole thing sad. Because that's on the one hand, President Mugabe. On the other hand, the chairperson, the sitting chairperson of the AU is Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, who is South African. So we have xenophobic attacks happening in South Africa. The AU is headed by South Africa. But most of the victims that are affected are Zimbabweans. AU and SADC is headed by President Mugabe. It's very ironic, like you said, Nathan.
Thank you so much. Please do stay on the line, Ms. Mbudzana. For those of you who are just joining us tonight on Studio 7 Live Talk, we are talking about xenophobic violence that has rocked South Africa, beginning in KwaZulu-Natal, especially the Durban port of, especially the port city of Durban, rather. Gibbs.
We've got some messages on Facebook, Blessing. One of them is from Sihlobo, who writes in Ndebele. Ngempela lento eyenzeka lana eningizimu ye-Afrika ayilunganga ngoba laba bantu badelela uhulumeni wakuleli bangcolisa iningizimu ye-Afrika negama likaZuma. Aphinde athi khona kulabantu abaseSoweto lamhlanje akade behlomile bathi bakungangcono bezendlalele. So all what he's saying is that what these people are doing in terms of attacking foreigners is actually not good for Africans. And at the end of the day, it's bad for Zuma, the president, because he believes that it's not good for the ANC, so to speak. And then he says there are some people in Soweto today who armed themselves and believe that they want to defend themselves against these attackers. So I'll stop there at the moment.
Let's go to WhatsApp. We have Matthew who says, it is crucial that South Africans exercise restraint. We are one people. That's very true. Fortune says, can't our government do something on this issue? Because this is getting worse. Ellen says, I think the South African government is reluctant to end this problem because these attacks are now spreading, which means it's going to be more serious. Then Mungazi says, it's barbaric. There is need to respect human life. How can a sane person ululate when a fellow human being is being burnt to death? South African police are reluctant to protect foreign nationals. A very sad development. Mari Pindirai. Joseph says, it's so terrible and no one knows what is going on, but joblessness, jealous, and ignorance by the locals might be some of the causes of this Afrophobia. Then we have John who says, I think South Africans must end this. In Zimbabwe, we have many people from other countries, but they are free. Mr. Zuma must put an end to this. Kimpton says, it's barbaric for these South African citizens to be involved in such acts. They lack humanism. The South African government should intervene to stop this. And let me read the last one from Mnyaradzi because we have many messages coming in. But for now, Mnyaradzi says, the president must act as he is the AU chairperson. That's Munyaradzi who read as we go. Gibbs.
Oh, yes. Maybe the last one on Facebook. We've got so many of them, Blessing. There's Simba who writes, the world is now upside down. We are living in a danger zone. So, sikastarte umlaleli ose Johannesburg khona ngale kwele South Africa. Baba Moyo ungawutshona njani?
Ngiyaphila duke kunjani mfowethu?
Sitshonile kakhulu. Kunjani khonapho lapho khona?
Ayithine lapho eGoli lapho esikhona duke mfowethu belungakabi khona lolu dlame but ke lokho nje kuzwakala nje ukuthi ama threats abakhona ukuthi nje lungaba khona udlalo.
Ungaphi khona
kwamanje bekungakabi khona eAlexander, mina ngise Alexander mfowethu.
Oh, okay. So nxa usukhangeleke khonapho mnumzana Moyo, ubone ngazani ke abantu bathini bolabo abafuna ukuthi bazehlasela?
Bona nje into esuka nje masibhekisisa kahle labo bantu ngathi bahlasela labo abantu abalama business. So otherwise angeke sikubali ukuthi kuhlasela abantu kokufika but kuyindlela nje ukungabonisa ukukhula mhlawumbe kwabantu lokuzila abanako abasebenza bonke kungcono bethathe izinto mahala emashop izinto ezikanjalo. But ke bakhona abanye abakusekelayo kanti ke bese khona futhi abanye abangakusekeliyo mfowethu. Eqinisweni ayisibo bonke abantu abavuma ukuthi abantu bokufika behlasele.
So ke nxa lihlezi khonapho ke selizivimbele njani ukuthi lingahlaselwa?
Khona thina besingakavimbi ngalutho mfowethu empeleni ngoba lokho nje sizwe into le ibe khona kakhulu eNatali ikanti ke eGoli lapha abantu bona nje babasazileyo especially namhlanje ukuthi bevala amashop but bekungakabi khona izigameko esezikhona zibekiwe ukuthi sebekhona impela sebehlaseliwe ukuthi imbe sebesukile nasemakhaba ema-police station ngoba nje mina nxa uhamba eSkaladeni akukazi lobungozi njengalokhu yana sakubona ngomnyaka ka2008.
So amashops akade evaliwe kade kuvalwe ngapha khona?
Bekuvale eJohannesburg eCenter eCBD yakhona but endaweni ezifana la kubo Hillbrow Uvel akuzange kuvala even naselokishini lapha enkhona eAlexander ngisho namakula lamaSomali labo bayiba batargete kakhulu bebengavalanga empeleni.
Yes, siyakuzwa kakhulu ke mnumzana Moyo. Hayi ungadilala kusasa uphenduke futhi ukuthi sizwe ukuthi kuyahamba njani.
Ngiyabonga Dube Nkosi yami.
Isibongile kakhulu baba. So he's reiterating what we were getting earlier on, that shops in Johannesburg were shut down, especially in the city CBD. But he says where he is in Alexandra, it appears as if the situation is calm. And in Hillbrow too, the shops are open, and so he says there's that kind of fear, of course, that people may be attacked.
Rega tiende kuna mkoma Munyaradzi. Makadi mkoma Munyaradzi?
Makadiwo.
Tiripo muri kupi ku South Africa?
Ndiri kunonzi Pietermaritzburg.
Zvinhu zvakamira seiko?
Nyaya inonetsa ndeyekuti tine problem yekuti mapoliticians vanoindicata ekubvatena kule. Zvese zviri kuitika vakuru vehurumende yeSouth Africa vanozviziva kuti chiri kuitika. That's why payakatanga chaipo vakatanga vachiti matsotsi. Saka kana ari matsotsi ndo anoregerwa achiita zvaanoda here matsotsi acho kundoti vadhile nesituation yekuti ari matsotsi kana vaita zvavaita ngavachisungwa. Chimwe chinoshamisa ndechekuti handizivi kuti criminal intelligence dzavo dzinosenza sei, nekuti nyaya dzekuti mavigilante groups aya ari kuenda kunoataka kwakati inenge ichitotaurwa kana kuti mukombi kana kuti pabhasi stop nevanhuwo nje zvavo. Saka unozonzwa kuti zvacho zvaitarwa nezuro kubhasi stop kana kuti mukombi zvaitika nhasi. Saka ndinoziva kuti vanhuwo zvavo vanokwanisa kunge vaine information here mapurisa emuSouth Africa vasina information iyoyo. Vobva vazvidzivirira zvisati zvaitika. Saka ndinoona kunge ivo mapurisa acho futi vane kaxenophobic tendency kavanako kekuti panenge pachiitwa zvivo vanenge vanobhenefita, pari kulutiwa mashops pari kudidi vanenge vanobhenefita, vanenge vachitoziva because mucommunity vanhu vanoziyana mumakommunity. Mavigilante groups iva vanotoaziva sei vasingapesuwe vachisunga vanhu vacho vari kuzvitanga vacho ivavo.
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru mukoma Munyaradzi.
Zviri kutishungurudza kwazvo kuti hei zvingaitika izvo munyika mazuva anaya atoti tiri kurarama muglobal village, kuti vanhu mapoliticians acho ndo vari kunyazoziva kuti chii chiri kuitika. Handizivi kuti chii chiri kuvanetsa kuti vazvimisa. Vanokwanisa kutozvimisa wanouya zvijairo ngoti ngazvimire zvoswera zvamira.
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru mukoma wangu.
Zvakanaka.
Rega tiende kuna mukoma Julius. Makadi mukoma Julius? Mukoma Julius?
Halo, makadiko.
Aiwa, tiripo zvedu. Tipewo pfungwa dzenyu, muri kupi mimi?
Ini ndiri kunonzi kuPretoria kuMamelodi muMafias.
Kwakamira sei kuPretoria?
kuPretoria zvako pari zvino panhasi zvako kuchakanyarara zvako but ndikuratidza kuti zvinogona kungosvikawo anytime because nezuro chaiko takatoona kuti pane vamwe vakatombofumwa nemvuma pamasikati anezuro. So saka zvikuratidza kuti zvinhu zviri kutoparira nenyika yose zvekuti sekwatinogara kuMamelodi uko zvinoratidzira zvekuti hanhasi chaiko vatomboitawo musangano tisingazivi kuti ndewechii asi achanyatsa kuziva zvedu asi tiri kuona kuti ingori nyaya yakata seiyoyo nokuti kana zvasvika muJoburg panhasi zvinoratidza kuti kuSouth Africa muno muPretoria zvazvatosvika chaiko chaiko.
Saka semaonera muri kuzviita imimi mukoma Julius, chii chiri kukonzera kuti paite ropa rakaipa pakati pezvizvarwa zveSouth Africa nezvizvarwa zvekune dzimwe nyika?
Kuvabvunzurwa chaiko chaiko nyaya inongotaura ndiyo yemabasa, hanzi muri kupedza mabasa edu, maresources edu, vadzimai edu, zvimwe zvangowanda-wandawo zvazvo but handiri kuona kuti haisiwo nyaya yacho chaiyo chaiyo. Zvinoratidza kuti nyangwe vanhu vakaita sehurumende vanenge vari mukati senyaya yekutogona mukoma Munyaradzi ambobva kutaura kuti nyaya inotanga kutoehwa edza mukombi zvisati zvasvika panzvimbo isingwa kuti zvichitike sekuJoburg tatoziva kuti kusvika nezuro chaiko kuti aiwa tikutanga musi wechitatu, so nhasi tifuma tichizoona kuti ndozviri kutoitika. Saka zvinoratidza zvinhu zvichitonyatsozikama chaiko chaiko kuti zvifuma zvichitoitika musi wakati.
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru mukoma Julius.
Maita zvenyu zvinhu zvakatooma zvishuwa because tiri kufamba tichitohwa nehana yange maroad mataxi hamuchaiti.
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru.
maitenyu basi.
Of course, Julius and Mnyaradzi are talking about the same issue. They are saying the South African government is largely to blame because if it wants to stop this violence, it can stop the violence. And they are also saying that, there are various reasons that are being given for the this attack on foreigners. They are saying, it's the issue of jobs and, and other issues like you are taking our women and stuff like that, but they are saying there is more to it. Gibbs Ujef.
Yeah, okay, before going to the scholar, let me read what the President of South Africa sent out in terms of a statement. So it reads in part, the President strongly condemns violence against foreign nationals, as well as the destruction of property and the looting of shops in Durban and in any part of the Republic. So I'll just read that excerpt only. Yeah, so sike sithathe-ke umnumzana uSihlobo osecingweni. Baba Sihlobo, ungaunjani?
Yebo, ngiyaphila njani?
Hayi, siphile kakhulu. Ungaphi khonapho baba?
Mina ngiseSoweto eThepisong.
Ye, kunjani khonapho?
Hayi, lapha sekukhona ukuhlukumezeka kwabantu emashophu laba abathengisayo ngoba sebehlasela kodwa nawo manje amaphoyisa akhona ngoba lokubavimba.
So sikhuluma-ke khona manje kulama shops ahlaselwayo?
Ya, abahlasela kakhulu abantu laba baxosha abantu bathi abahambe bebuyele emakubo, kodwa mina bembona kungalunganga lento ngoba mangabe umuntu ehluphekile kunomakhelwane kukhona uthe kumakhelwane ethola usizo if masokulungile kwakhe siyabuyela ngakhaya ukuthi abantu beshawe kumbe kanjalo lokhu nje soyikudelela lokungcolisa indawo yakwe South Africa lana.
Yeah, so khonapho uthe ungaphi khona?
Mina ngiseThepisong eRoadport eSoweto.
Oh, eRoadport lapha Yeah, so nxa ukhangele khonapho-ke usitshele ukuthi kulamapholisa amaningi kanganani njalo abantu benzani?
Amaphoyisa akhona avinda abantu emashophu ukuthi ngoba abantu bafuna ukuthi bethathe impahla emashophu ezithathele ngoba sokugqekezo kunendlela ngoba bafuna ukuzithathela lezi impahla, so amaphoyisa apha abavimba ukuthi kuvaliwe laminyango ukuthi bengakwazi ukuthi bethathe lezi impahla ezilapho.
So-ke abantu-ke uZulu ovela kwamanye amazwe ume njani?
Bathi philele abantu ngoba kumanje abantu bacashile bayesaba nakuthi mabengavelayo ngakhona kwenzeka ukuthi belinyaze kungasiko la amaphoyisa avimbayo bangani sebelimela abantu abaningi kumbe befe impela labo bantu.
Pho-ke lina lizazivala njani ukuthi lingajanga abantu labo?
Hayi, akukho kusingakwenza baba, sesingahlala esigangeni kumbe nathi sikwazi ukuthi sivikeleke ngoba uma ungazela nje emphakathini uyangashiswa noma yitayira lemoto ushuphele nje uphila lapho abantu ubhekile. Kunzima kakhulu ngoba sesikhalela kakhulu abalezingane labona abantu abanjalo ngoba kunzima kakhulu abahlule ukuthi bebaleke ngoba thina sinjengoba baba singakhona ukuthi sigijime siyecatshe ezifuleni esigangeni kanjalo.
So hayi
kakhulu sokumele ukuthi kube lokungenela impela amaphoyisa esebenze nzima kulokho nje kube lokusiza ukuthi abantu bekwazi ukuthi uma bebuyela kube emakhaya abo kungabi lokhona lokuthi kube lokulimazeka lokuhlukumezeka okuthile ofana nalokho.
Hayi, siyakuzwa kakhulu.
Kunzima kakhulu lokho impela.
Siyafisa ukuthi bangakubambi khonapho kodwa sibonga ukuthi ungenele kuhlelo.
Ngoba nakusasa kwenzeka ukuthi ithola ukuthi sokulungile le laba abantu abazela usizo ngoba bazenzanga kwenza isimo somnotho uthothi nabo sokuthi impilo umnotho ngalana siyangale ngeke beyamukele kwezinye indawo ngoba lo mhlaba vele ulivile yajika kanje.
Hayi, kuyazwakala-ke Sihlobo, sibongile kakhulu mnumzana.
Imbongile nami baba.
Yeah, so according to Sihlobo, there are some shops that are being raided right now in Rutaput, and there are some police that are actually blocking people from raiding those shops. So he says it's good that the police are acting there, but he says the situation is really, really tense. And some people, especially foreigners, are actually in hiding. So he says, it's bad for people with kids and all those kind of, people. But at the end of the day, if you've got no family, you can just run away and stay in the forest or in the bushy areas, But tough luck for those that cannot run away.
Tough. Ms. Mbuzana, are you still online?
Yes.
Yes. Let's talk about how people can avoid this violence. I mean, I know you are doing much as an organization to assist Zimbabweans, but it appears this xenophobia is becoming, a bit chronic, if we can put it that way, because in 2008, 62 people were killed only early this year, 4 people, foreigners, were actually killed again in Johannesburg alone. I mean, what should people do? What should they avoid, for example, so that they won't be caught up in the violence?
Well, that's a very difficult question. It's difficult because since 2008, the South African government has not acknowledged the presence of xenophobia within its shores. We started with President Becky. In 2008, he said these are issues of criminality. But I agree with the caller Mnyarazo who said, if it's criminality, why aren't people being arrested and taken to court of law and faced the full rest of the law? Because of those 62 people who died in 2008, no one has been prosecuted for their deaths. And so now people have realized that they can do these things with impunity. You go out, you make a foreigner, they die, and that's it. You walk free and you go and book their shops, and you are fine. Nothing is going to happen to you. So it's very difficult what people can do, because if there was a proper mechanism and a task force, a law enforcement task force that was put in place to make sure that when these sporadic xenophobic violence set up, this task force then goes out there and diffuse the situation and people are arrested and then they are taken to court and they are sentenced to the highest tenets of the law. That would also work as a deterrent. Because even now, even if we tell people, no, don't stay where you are, they might leave and go and stay elsewhere, but they are also attacked wherever they are. So it's not really safe. You might actually meet this mob in the CBD when you are walking, and you probably stay in the suburbs where it's relatively quiet and peaceful, and you get attacked. So it's very difficult for us to tell people what they can do. What we are just trying to do is just people should keep in touch with each other. They should form small WhatsApp groups, small social networks, the social groups, Stockfellers, the clubs that we used to have back home in Zimbabwe, where we would then keep tabs on each other, ask each other, how are you, where are you, what's happening, where you are you safe, can we come and get you? So that then at least that way we keep each and every one of us in the loop. Because like the attacks that happened today or in Joburg, we received SMSs. Us as an organization, we even passed the SMS to the police and said, this is an SMS that we received. And we were told by this policeman that unfortunately, because this is a WhatsApp message, it's very difficult to trace where it originated from. But by the time I got that message, I got it from somebody in Abu Dhabi. It wasn't even South Africa. A friend of mine in Abu Dhabi who sent me the message and said, have you seen this? That's when I saw it and realized, so this thing has gone viral. It's all over the world. So for foreigners who are here, now it's time that we really merge and stand as one voice and say this is bad. This is not how we should treat the spirit of Ubuntu, which is enshrined in the South African Constitution. This is not how we should remember the memory of Utata Nelson Mandela, because I think we must be turning in his grave. Because in 2008 it was a huge embarrassment for this. He was very disappointed with his fellow citizens. But I think for these things to continue happening again, and now these people are saying, well, he's dead, we can do whatever we want with his unit. It's really sad. But for our fellow countrymen, please, let's keep in touch. If you hear of anything that's happening wherever you are, phone your friends, phone your family members, ask how they are, tell us, phone us as an organization, and we'll pass on these messages to South African government officials. And we'll do it in such a way
Ms.
that
Mbudzana,
we keep paper trails of
okay, we have to cut you short, but we'll come back to you to complete that thought. Tinava mhaka rambai zvenyu makabata parunhare tiri kudzoka kwamuri. Gibbs.
Ye lo mnumzana uKeto Ncube ngicela ubambe khonapha.
Of course, for our radio listeners, we are streaming live. So go to www.voazimbabwe.com and press on Live Talk. This is Blessing Zulu.
And I'm Gibbs Dube saying stay tuned.
for those of you who are just joining us, good evening, and this is Studio 7 Live Talk. And tonight on Live Talk, we are talking about xenophobic attacks in South Africa. They actually started last week in the port city of Durban. It's not clear how many people have died, but South African police were saying about 5 people had died so far. I mean, it's not, that's the official line. There could be more, according to some reports. Of course, you are free to call us or send us a WhatsApp message so that we can discuss some of these issues. Gibbs.
To join the discussion, phone us directly at this number 001-202-619-2077 and we'll call you back. And obviously our guest is Diana Zimbuzana of the Zimbabwe Exas Forum. I think we've got callers here. Are you going to start?
Of course, gaititangina va maka kubotswana makadi.
tiripo makadiwo
Aiwa tiri nani muri kupi chaiko kubotswana?
ndiri muZaburoni.
Zvakamira seiwo ikoko?
Kuno kwakanaka chaizvo, asi zvinotitambudza kuti tine vamwe vasiri kufunga pfungwa dzekudzokera mumashure. Vanomborangarirawo here kuti nyika dzavari kurwisa idzi dziri kuvaitira mabasa. Tingati muchirungu tinoti employment creation kune imwe nzira. Pane zvinhu zvakawanda zvavanotakura zvichibva muSouth Africa zviri kushandwa nezvezvarwa zvemuSouth Africa mumafektori acho zvichienda kunyika idzodzo. Asi zvadaro manje ndo vanhu zvekare vakurwisa vanhu ivavo kuti dai vabuda munyika imomo. Paivo vanhu ivavo mangwana vakazofuma vachiti isu hatichari kutenga zvinhu zvekuSouth Africa, mabasa acho vachawana kupi?
Panoita dambudziko. Halo, ndiri kutaura izvenyu pedzisai.
Ndo kutaura kwandingangoita kuti vari kuzviziva here vanhu ivavo kuti vanhu vekune dzimwe nyika sezvakaita kuMozambique nekuMalawi kunotakurwa zvinhu zvinogadzirwa. Mukaenda mashops ekuMozambique munoona kwakazara zvinhu zvekuSouth Africa. Mukaenda kuZimbabwe chaiko munoona kwakazara zvinhu zvinogadzirwa kuSouth Africa. Tobvunza kuti vana vangani vekuZimbabwe vari kushanda mumafektori iwayo. Unoona pasina mwana wekuZimbabwe ari kushanda, asi zvizvarwa zvemuSouth Africa zviri kushanda. Asi pano kuti vatitambirewo nemaoko mairi, tiri vanhu vamwe chete, havazvifunge izvozvo. Zvavanongofunga ndezvekurwisa vanhu. Ini handinoona sekunge zvinenge zvisina kukodzera kuti vanhu vatema pfungwa dzakaita seidzodzo dzekudzokera mashure. Takafunga kuti tasununguka, tarwa hondo, zvino hondo iyi yakutanga isati chaiziva kuti yayeyi. Ndoyatingati hondo yemarudzi here kana kuti hondo yeupfumi hwenyika. Ndingangoti ndapedza.
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru vamhaka kubotswana kwamuri uko. Tinotenda. Gibbs.
Yes, lomnumzana ke uKeto Ncube kwele South Africa. Baba Ncube utshona njani?
Siyaphila baba, linjani nami?
Isiphile kakhulu ngapho khonapho?
Nami lapha eTarfanten eJoburg.
Ikunjani khonapho?
Hayi lapho ngathi kuthule nje akukakhanyi ukuthi kungabe kulodlakela.
Kodwa kuthiwani nxa usizwa wena?
Manje udlakela siluzwe town eJoburg ukuthi ngathi kuke kwadlakela kancane kodwa hayi kusazanga kwaba kanjalo.
So kodwa ubonani nxa ukhangela wena, ubonani khonapho kubonani?
Ya masebheka kuma-TV ngibona ngathi kuzokuba nzima ngoba abantu balapho ngathi abasasifundi thina lapha eSouth Africa. Manje sesiyakhala nathi ukuthi elethu lizukuba liyalunga uba siyabuyela ekhaya. Manje kulanjiwe, into zonke azihambi kahle, government ekhona nayo iyala ukuthi iphume esihlalweni kunjena abancane. Hey, sekunzimeni ngoba akumnandi lapha kuhlaleki.
Kodwa-ke nxa kunjalo sokuyathiwani pho?
Sofana ukuthi ubana siyabuyela ekhaya 2017 silungisele ukuthi sifake igovernment entsha lapho sikhonisa ukuthi siphile kahle ngoba lethu lize li-right lihle kakhulu. Silwa ngabantu abalutshwana nje kuphela.
Kodwa-ke kuyahambeka nxa ukhangele?
Ya ekhaya singabuyela silungise igovernment masingabambana sonke sifuna igovernment yethu yonke ngoba Manenga South Africa siyafika ama-millions abantu asivoti asithini uba nxa usehlula ukuthi kuvoti mina usifiyele egangeni ngoba thina uma-youth siyahlukumezeka kakhulu ingane zisemakhaya thina silapha abanye abantu bafela emanzini besiza lapha eSouth Africa abanye bachisha sibhekile khona la yaza yisonto emnandi ukuthi ngabe siyabuyela ekhaya sisi government yethu sisebenze ekhaya ungakhongoza isikho steel eHarare laphana kubomashona cables ngisebenza emashona cables ngachiya ngaza lapha eSouth Africa msebenzi obukhulu kakhulu kakumnandi noma uhamba uzungachelelisanga izwe engasolakho
wena-ke usebenza umsebenzi onjani khonapho
manje ngisebenza ngama-flats ngihamba ngiklina ama-flats ngigcina ama-flats
so-ke umsebenzi lo abawufuni wona
umsebenzi bayawufuna kakhulu ngoba nabasekhaya abanye ngilwisana nabo bafuna lowo msebenzi kunzima kakhulu ngoba abalapha bayawufuna labekhaya bayawufuna umsebenzi wakhona muhle kakhulu
hayi-ke siyakuzwa kakhulu encube sibongile baba yeah, so what Mr. Ngobe is saying is that, South Africans no longer want any foreigners. They want to do their own thing. So he's suggesting that maybe Zimbabweans should go back home. By the year 2017, they should be back there to prepare for elections and vote, in numbers to change the current government. So he's not happy about the current government anyway. So ke silo mnumzana usibakhulule njalo ke kona ngale South Africa. Baba sibakhulule kunjani? Hayi siyaphila ungaphi khonapho
mina ngise-Ivory Park
Ivory Park ungaphi khona khonapho
i-under mistress but ihlangana nethembiso
kunjani khonapho nxa ukhangele phandle
hayi lapha kuthule kulenkinga kakhulu kusedurban idurban ngeke ngafona la
kodwa bathini abantu nxa usizwa amakhemkhemu nje usakhona sibakhulule I think inamba yakhe sidliwe yinto sazama ukuthi simfonele njalo so he says he's in Midrand near Midrand in Ivory Park so he says the situation there is quiet but he's hearing some issues to do with xenophobia especially in Johannesburg.
Ms. Mbudzana is still on the line.
I'm still here, Blessing.
Yes. You were also talking about Ubuntu. Tell us a bit about that. I mean, that is what, of course, many Africans are saying. They are shocked by this level of violence.
Yes, it's actually very shocking. What is shocking is that South Africans do not realize that nationalities of other countries lost their lives during the apartheid era. There are people who died in Zimbabwe, in Zambia, in Mozambique, in Swaziland, in Lesotho, because the apartheid regime was sending letter bombs to those people because they were known to be opponents of that regime, and they died, and they were South Africans. And I'm surprised that the history, people in this country are not taught their history. But these people contributed to the demise of apartheid. In fact, some people were so adamant, songs were sung. Our Oliver Mchukuza or Thomas Mapumo, they all sang songs, anti-apartheid songs, because everyone wanted South Africa to be free. And South Africans, instead of them being grateful for the role that these Africans played, these fellow Africans played, they are now up in arms against them. And that spirit of Ubuntu, it was incorporated in the Constitution by the people when they were drafting the Constitution because they knew the role that fellow Africans played. When you go to up north, going through East Africa all the way to the north, even President Mandela passed through Tanzania. He went to Algeria to train in military training. All those countries contributed. So not a single African did not contribute towards the ending of apartheid in this country. Yes, we don't want South Africans to go down on their knees and thank us every day, but we believe as Africans that there must be more cohesion and more togetherness, because I must be proud to say a South African is my brother, is my sister, because we've been through this, through thick and thin together. I think, Blessing, you and I, if you come to my house and it's burning and you help me douse that fire, I don't think it will do you good for your children now to see me coming with a spade or an axe to want to kill you because you helped douse my fire. It's really not it doesn't augur well for the spirit of Ubuntu. And
Thank you so much. Tina mkoma George vari parunhare. Makadi mkoma George?
Tiripo ino makadi mkoma Blessing.
Aiwa, pari sei paBotswana?
Naya paBotswana pachiri nani.
Nyaya iri mudariro mainzwa inyaya yekuurayana kwevana vanyamunhu paSouth Africa.
Yeah, sure. Inorwadza ende inosiririsa. Ini chandoda kutaura ndechekudai. Munoona ma-politicians emuAfrica, while at times they are too slow to act, and one wasiri honest. Nei ndichidaro situation yemuZimbabwe vaitora lightly, kana kuti vachingoitora lightly. Nekuti kana mune imwe nyika vanhu vese vakaguma vabvamo vanonoenda kunozaramba next door. So dai tanga tiine kuti ikonomi yedu iri kuitawo zviri nani kana kuti zviri almost average kana above average, vanhu vanoenda kuSouth Africa vanenge vari vashoma. Manje inofainda kuti maforeigners anoguma kunoita netumwe small nekutengesa kana mavegetables nemadomasi. So we are everywhere. We are oversaturated economy yevanhu vacho. Munozviona?
Yeah.
So like let me give you an example in Botswana muno mandiri. Ndakaya muno 2000. Botswana waitoona vanhu vaitengesa airtime wanga vari vashoma. Unoza vanotengesa airtime papari pamashops. Izvezvi taenda zvekuti kana masikwana akanga achisingadi kana kuita kana yonzi washeni, waingokupa kana 20 pula 50 pula kuti umuitire washeni. But izvezvi naivo wakutotsvagawo futi basa racho re20 pula. So vanhu oversaturated kuti vanhu vacho wawandisa neanoda kutongokura chaika basa kekukura pachiwanda wakanga wasingadi. Izvezvi wakutoatsvagawo futi. Muti wese wanga usina munhu aitengesa airtime ezvinezvi wane munhu atengesa chinyi? Airtime. President wakana achita ma-visits muma-villages, wana Jack and G vanosimudzwawo kuti wataure kuti problem yake ichinyi. Obvatara kuti ma-foreigners akawanda munomu ndosaka tisingawani basa. Uri kuona nyaya yacho? So kusaka South Africa uko everybody, because no nyika yanga yasara nevarungu vakanga vachiri kutoita zviri nani than the rest of the world of Africa. And ndochete kukungangoendeke nebhasi unlike kune dzimwe nyika dziri overseas yekuti munhu anoenda nendege. So vanhu vese vazara muSouth Africa, which means we are competing for the same dollar. So my original people, vanhu vari mupolitics, they overlook over them. Saka nzvokuva kuti nyika dzimwe dzemuAfrica dzisiri kutongwa zvakanaka dzedzi, vanhu vacho vanomhanyira kuSouth Africa. So dai vari kunyatsa kuti ma-leaders edu kavachiisa musoro pamwe chete kuti as long isusu tichisuppress our own citizens, it will make sure kuti vanhu vaya vanobva munyika mavo vachimhanyira kune imwe nyika. So yobva yaita chinyi? Yobva yaita economy yaitwa strange. Saka nezvezvo kungotaura hedu kuti vanhu vari kuzodini they are not going to stop because vanotaura kuti inini ndimutora chingwa chedu. So imi mukabudaka munhu uyoyo anokwanisa kuwana kusekiwa basa rake. Saka nemunhu ada kuchengeta huku muZimbabwe, ada kuchengeta mombe muZimbabwe, ada kusuka mapuleti muZimbabwe, ari muofisi muZimbabwe. So iye achandiseza kupi?
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru mukoma George.
Okay, Maitava.
Tinotenda zvikuru. George is saying it's a question of resources. Of course, people are fighting over resources, and he's also saying what happened to the peer review mechanism for African leaders. He's saying lack of democracy in some parts is forcing people to go into exile, and then this ends up creating tension in some countries. Gibbs, go on.
I still remember that issue of NEPAD. Maybe if it was implemented, it was going to work.
That former President Thabo Mbeki was promoting.
Yes, lo mnumzana ke uZamani Nyati lapha blessing usecingweni. Baba Nyati ungawutshona njani?
Ngachona babudukele njani la?
Ukuphinda khonapho ke eSouth Africa baba.
NgiseJoburg ngabuthe.
Ngapho kwangikhona weJoburg khona.
We-shooting Rosebank khona nje indawo abayibiza Rosebank khona lapha eGoli.
Kunjani khona?
hayi khona kuthulile kwamanje nje kuthulile nje ayikho inkinga
kodwa amakhemukhem athini
wona amakhemukhem sike sawezwe nje siwezela lana esibhidile kusho ukuthi la ngaphakathi kwelokhungane enkaba kahle kahle edolobheni kodwa-ke kusihlabe wona ngamahemuhemu kube nokuthuka okuthizeni yabona abantu sebehlalele evalweni emva kokwesehlakalo lesesenzeke lapha edebeni kodwa hayi eqinisweni ngathi kwamanje kona kuthulile hayi ejobe kakavele lokhungane yenzekile
ye nxa usukhangeleke abantu bathini kodwa abavela eZimbabwe
yabona leyo sindaba egudwini ngoba phela abantu sebehleli nje besethuka ukuthi sekungenzeka kuvele kuvele ngoba-ke abantu ikakhulu-ke thina ithina esingondaba mlonyeni angithi yazi ukuthi ngobuningi bethu ilihlazo ngoba-ke eqinisweni noma ngubani yazi ukuthi yabona kahle kahle le nto uma ngabe uyibuka ukuqala kwayo yebo abantu mhlawumbe abanamashophu mhlawumbe ngobuningi babo yibo laba ababuya lena kubo Ethiopia yabona into esifana naleso kodwa thina amaZimbabweans hayi sekulihlazo mani phela izwe lonke lilana mangabe ngingayibeka kanjalo yabona ibuhlungu lento ngoba nathi thina ngokwethu noma sihamba nje suka sibone nje ukuthi usuzwa nje sengathi mhlawumbe kusekhaya nje lana sokusehakale lobulawayo kanti-ke akufuni ngaleyo ndlela uyabona abaphathi bethu sengisho kahle kanye umongameli kanye ubaba uMgabe uyabona kufanele ukuthi kube mhlawumbe bayabona impela befaka ilihlo ngoba lento lena la eyakhona ngempela ngayibiza ngesindebele ngempela ngithi kuyayangisa lokho ngoba yazi kahle kahle akuyona impilo ukuthi izwe singaka abantu abethu bonke kuphile ngepassport izwe lakhiwe impela ukuthi abantu bethu bayabusa ukuthi kunohulumende obusayo kuyayangisa lokhu ivike edluleyo ubelana nje uMgabe nje uzokhuluma nje ngento ezingaqedakali abantu bajole onke lomhlaba ayikho into ayikhuluma ebambekayo ukuthi abantu bangawosebenza ekhaya into nje esiyizwayo nathi esibonayo amakhampani ayavala kunjenje uqeda ukukhuluma ngokuthi ama-civil servants aseyikuthola ibonus ungathi yini yona izwe lakhiwe mpela umuntu ebusa iminyaka engaka i-35 siya ku-independence kuthiwe abantu kufanele bejabulele i-independence kujatshulwa kuthiweni entweni enjengaleyo yabona lihlazo leli sidule uyazi ukuthi sithwele kanzima kuthelela ihlazo kuba mnandi yazi ukuthi mangabe usebenza ekhaya kodwa-ke namanje kunjena uyabona ugcina lawe ubona ukuthi kusho ukuthi ngeqiniso la abantu into abayizondeleyo bayazi yabona uyabona sesibaningi thina sibathathela imisebenzi yabo ngaze kuphi nje kunjenje siyasebenza thina la ngobuningi bethu ubona imisebenzi sebegcina bengayitholi ngoba futhi ungathi yakunaka lokho kuyinto ethina ngokuhamba singabantu futhi abathe nokufundile mhlawumbe namakhono ezemisebenzi yabona siyabadlula nalabo abangenamakhono uyabona sekuncintiswana emsebenzini lana abelungu sengasho mhlawumbe most sebesuka bethathe thina futhi ngoba bayazi ukuthi sebengakubhadala noma yini uyabona ukuthi mhlawumbe noma bekunikeza leyo madlana uzoyivuma uyabona bageyina ngathi banenzuzo ethizeni ngathi so bona balana abasawuthola umsebenzi so mina ngikhala kakhulu yabona ikakhulu i-government yethu Mthembu
siphethe khona mpha
sina government Mthembu
hayi siyakuzwa kakhulu-ke mnumzana Nyathi sibongele kakhulu baba lapho khona ngapha
hayi siyabonga Mthembu
isibonga kakhulu so Mr. Nyathi is in Rosebank. He says the situation is calm there. But the worst part of it is that President Mugabe was in South Africa last week, and he said no good news at all. So he says people are really devastated, by what is happening right now.
There is also a statement just released from the Nelson Mandela and the Ahmed Kathrada foundations. They released a joint statement in which they said the latest outburst of violence is the, and I quote, manifestation of a phenomenon which has been troubling our South African democracy for a long time. For too long, South Africans in leadership positions have either ignored the crisis or stoked the fires of hatred. And they continue, we call on South Africans to take responsibility for embracing the hospitality that defines our democratic order and to work together to find solutions to a problem which is destroying lives and bringing South Africa shame internationally. That's from the Katrada and Nelson Mandela Foundation. A very powerful statement indeed. Tinemwe mtereri mkoma pasmo makadi. Mkoma pasmo muri kuDurban.
Ndiri kuDurban ngoma.
Kwakamira sei nhasi?
kuDurban nhasi kwaswera kuri nani but dzimwe nzvimbo tiri kunzwa kuti situation ichiri yangomira zvairi zvanhu vari kurohwa.
Saka izvi zviri kunyanyoitika kunzvimbo dzipi chaizvo muDurban? iDurban yese here kana kuti kuya kunogara vazhinji ndekupi chaiko?
Kunogara veruzhinji.
Ndo kuri kunyanyoita mhirizhonga?
Ndo kunyanyoitika mhirizhonga ikoko.
Taura henyu.
Right, nhasi muchitima zvekare maitika hondoyo zvekare vanhu vanga vachibva kuDurban vachipinda munzvimbo dzavanogara. Tanzwa zvekare kuti muDurban imomo mamboitika hondo zvekare masikati.
Saka imi muri kuzvichengetedzawo sei? Zvii zvamuri kuita kuti musabatwe mumhirizhonga?
Isusu kuzvichengetedza kwatiri kutoita ndokungotofambo takangotarirawo kwatiri kuenda kuti ukaona pane pakaungana vanhu votochinja rodhi because hatina zvimwe zvatingakwanise kuita because techingoto senyika isiri yedu.
Saka mukoma Pasmo vanoziva sei kuti uyu munhu anenge asiri wemunomu? Kutaura kwamunenge muchiita here kana kuti zvinofamba sei?
Chiri kuitika ndechekuti mafambiro atinoita isusu maforena nemapfekero edu ndo ari kusiyana, saka vanotoona kuti uyu hasi wemunomu.
Saka kwatiri kunzwa kuti vanhu vari kugadzikwa, vanhu vaendeswa kunhandare yenhabvu, vamwe vari kumapurisa, zvichiri zvakadaro here?
Pari zvinezvi zvichiri zvakangodaro.
Ndiri kunzwa vamwe vari kutaura mubackground ndiani? Ngavauye tinzwa.
Alright.
Ndimukomana.
Nedwa manje nkosipindi.
Munokuluma kana kuti munotaura shona?
Ngatitaure hedu, ndinotaura.
Asi munokuluma here?
Notisereri.
Okay, alright. Tiudze zvakamira sei kuDurban?
Ini ndokandodoshandira, saka mutauni macho ndo mamusi kufambika, especially kune imwe entrance yekupinda kuport kunonzi kupoint, so then kozoita kumwe kunonzi kuisi pingo, ndo kwairohwa vanhu zvisingaiti, kozoita kunonzi kwamhashu, kwakatopiswa mashopu zvemapakistani nechichichi, nekumwe kunonzi kuinanda.
Saka imimi munoitawo sei kuti muzvidzivirire? Hamuchakwire makombi here? Zvinofamba sei?
Ini basa rangu ndiri driver, so nenichodhirivhara mashopu imomo, saka ndinotongodhiresawo plus kanda yangu inini, ganda rangu inini rangoitosenge vanhu muno mandaunyanyosvibaserezi. So patinenge tichipinda mukati mavo plus inini zulu lacho ndoitaura, so waneze nguva kuvhunza zvinhu zvaunovhunza, tinongonzwanana naivapa vambofungidziri kuti ndiri foreign.
Saka nyaya yekuti munogona zulu muri kuona kuti inokuti batsire zvishoma?
Ndo imwe nyaya iri kutibatsira, but kune vazhinji havari kutambudzika.
But pane zvamuri kunzwa, chii chiri kuita kuti paite mhirizhonga? Chii chaizvo chiri kutsamwisa vana?
Hanzi muri kutitorera mabasa.
Hanzi muri kutora mabasa, ichokwadi here?
Inyaya yekuti vanhu muno mushanda chaiko vanoda kushanda kwake kwekuti akashanda 2 hours per day obva anogara kumba kwake, akashanda Monday to Friday, akagara kumba akapiwa mari yake Friday, akuda kupedza weekend rese, Monday haadi kuenda kubasa, anenge ada kugara kuti pawanira mari haachatodi kuenda kubasa, ada kuti mari yawana kana yapera uzodzoka kubasa. Ndomushandira unoda kuita iwayo.
Aiwa, tinotenda zvikuru. Murambe muchitifonera tichinzwa kuti zviri kufamba sei.
Ndatenda hangu.
Tinotenda. Gibbs.
Let's get back to Zimbudzana. Are you still on the line?
Yes, I'm still here.
So what is the way forward? Is there any constructive engagement that most probably some foreigners can do with the South Africans?
Oh, yes, there is. Not every South African was xenophobic. In fact, the numbers are not as big as people think of those who are xenophobic. It's just that the extent of the violence is so barbaric that we end up thinking that all South Africans are xenophobic. We need to revisit the whole issue of social cohesion. President Jacob Zuma talked about it during his first term in office about social cohesion. We need to revisit that. We need to engage our fellow South Africans as we have always done. We need to also learn the South African languages. We can't just stay here and continue speaking to them in English, because to them, when we talk to them, they say you give us a superiority conflict impression because you speak better English than us, and that also brings about conflict. So I always say to my colleagues who are South Africans, teach me your Sotho, teach me your Ndebele, teach me your Zulu, teach me your languages. Because then if, like President Mandela said, if you can speak to a man in his own language that we truly understand, then we are on the same level with him. So we need to really start engaging with our fellow South Africans. And this does not need to happen on the government level, but also down on the grassroots. But also on government levels, the ambassadors and the high commissioners, South African ambassadors and high commissioners, wherever they are, they need to be engaged with our government and ask what's happening. Tell us, why are you killing your fellow Africans? What's your reason? Can you please try to engage your government so that this is nipped in the bud? And also, on the other end, the South African government has got to take charge of this whole thing and say, this is a crime against humanity. This is xenophobia, is hate crime. It's not enshrined in our constitution. People need to be arrested, and the law needs to take its full course. Because now foreigners feel as if rhinos in this country get more better treatment than a fellow human being. Because the person who is caught poaching a rhino is now given 20, 30 years. Whereas the person who was caught necklacing a foreigner is seen walking scot-free. And that needs to be addressed. We need to all be treated equally, whether we are here legally or illegal. And also, John didn't like the statement that President Zuma said 4 days back that we must treat those. We must make sure that violence is not meted on those foreigners who are here illegally. That means people who the South African government deemed to be here illegally should then be stoned and killed. That's not it. Every human being's life is important, and that needs to be enshrined and fully encompassed in all the statements and speeches that South African people make wherever they are, because they are the ones who are talking all this xenophobic guidance.
Interesting point. I think there are also those problems in America. I think, with Hispanics and some in America saying they must also learn English. So she's raising a very important point, that Zimbabweans too must also try to integrate, learn their language, because if you continually speak in English, like she correctly points out, there's this, superiority complex that you might end up conveying unwittingly. And
I'm happy there's one caller who said, he has learned a lot of languages.
Yes.
So he can speak in Zulu, he can speak in Ndebele and so forth. I think the last word, most probably, from Fredericks, he says, South Africa, the so-called rainbow nation we helped fight against apartheid, you are now so democratic that you have forgotten people that helped you. Shame on you. That's what he says.
And of course, the later Nelson Mandela went actually to Ethiopia, in exile in Ethiopia in 1962. And Umkhonto weSizwe, the South African military wing, the ANC rather, fought alongside Zimbabwe's ZAPU 1967-1968. But of course, we end on that note. We want to thank our guest this evening, Ms. Diana Zimbudzana of the Zimbabwe Exiles Forum. We also want to thank our callers. And signing off, this is yours truly, Blessing Zulu.
And I'm Kip Stube saying good night.